Welcome to Inspire the Vision, where we delve into the most fascinating and thought-provoking topics shaping our world. Today we'll explore one of the most powerful and terrifying forces in modern history, nuclear weapons. In a world teetering between diplomacy and conflict, only 9 countries hold the ultimate power to shape the future of humanity. These nations possess the most devastating weapons known to humankind, capable of altering the fate of the world in an instant. But how did they come to hold such power? Why do they still maintain it? And what does it mean for the rest of us? Let's take a closer look at these 9 nuclear-armed nations and the responsibility, fear, and strategy that come with controlling such immense power. We begin with the United States, the first country to develop and use nuclear weapons. The story starts during World War II, with the Manhattan Project, an enormous scientific and military effort to unlock the power of the atom. In 1945, the US dropped 2 atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, ending the war but unleashing a new era of fear and destruction. Since then, the US has built a vast arsenal of nuclear weapons. Its bombs are stationed on submarines hidden beneath the oceans, in missile silos across the country, and on bombers ready to take to the skies. But the power to annihilate isn't just about defense, it's a heavy burden. The US plays a pivotal role in global security, often viewed as both protector and potential destroyer. The American strategy has long been one of deterrence, the belief that possessing overwhelming nuclear power prevents others from daring to strike. Yet beneath the layers of power lies a question: at what cost does this deterrence come? Maintaining peace through the threat of total destruction is a delicate balancing act. Next, we turn to Russia, the country with the largest nuclear arsenal in the world. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union engaged in a fierce arms race with the United States, building up its stockpile to match and surpass its rival. Though the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, its nuclear legacy endured, and Russia inherited it all. Today, Russia's nuclear weapons are not just about numbers, they symbolize power, resilience, and a legacy of survival. These weapons, spread across vast landscapes and hidden beneath the icy seas, represent the country's most significant leverage on the world stage. Russia's strategy, like America's, is rooted in deterrence. But unlike the US, Russia emphasizes unpredictability, ensuring the world knows it is willing to use its arsenal if pushed too far. Its nuclear doctrine often feels like a warning: we will not be the first to strike, but we will be the last to act. China's approach to nuclear weapons is different. It's quieter, more calculated. While the United States and Russia boast thousands of warheads, China maintains a far smaller arsenal. But don't be fooled by the numbers. China's strategy is based on what they call minimum deterrence. They don't need thousands of warheads, just enough to ensure no adversary would dare launch a first strike. China's nuclear weapons are stored and deployed with precision. Their philosophy is rooted in patience and long-term thinking. Unlike others who loudly declare their power, China maintains an aura of quiet strength. They're modernizing their arsenal, expanding their reach, but doing so in a way that keeps the world guessing. In a rapidly changing world, where power dynamics shift constantly, China's nuclear policy remains steady, like a calm yet vigilant giant. And that calmness makes it all the more dangerous in the unpredictable world of global politics. Now let's move to Europe, where France has carved out its unique nuclear path. France takes pride in its independent nuclear force, often referred to as the force de frappe. Unlike many others, France does not rely on alliances for its nuclear security. It believes in self-reliance, in having the power to defend itself without needing anyone else. France's nuclear arsenal is smaller, but it is incredibly sophisticated. Its warheads can be launched from submarines or aircraft, giving the country a flexible, reliable nuclear force. France sees its nuclear weapons not as tools for war, but as instruments of peace, ensuring that no one would dare threaten its sovereignty. This fierce independence, combined with a sense of duty to protect its people, gives France a unique place in the nuclear landscape. For the French, it's not about domination, it's about survival on their own terms. The United Kingdom, on the other hand, takes a different approach. Its nuclear arsenal is closely tied to its alliance with the United States. The UK maintains its nuclear deterrent through a fleet of submarines armed with Trident missiles, silently patrolling the world's oceans. For Britain, nuclear weapons are both a legacy of its imperial past and a commitment to the future of global security. It's a reminder that, though the UK may be a small island nation, it still holds a place among the most powerful countries on Earth. But the UK's approach is pragmatic. They recognize the limits of their power, which is why their partnership with the US is so crucial. Together, they form a nuclear bond that enhances both nations' security and keeps their potential adversaries in check. In South Asia, the stakes are even higher. India's journey to nuclear power began in the shadow of regional threats, especially from neighboring China. India's first nuclear test in 1974 signaled its determination to stand on its own, to be a regional power that could not be bullied or ignored. India's nuclear doctrine emphasizes no first use, meaning they vow never to strike first, but will retaliate massively if attacked. For India, nuclear weapons are a necessary shield in a volatile region where trust is fragile and conflicts simmer just beneath the surface. Pakistan's nuclear story is one of urgency and necessity. After India's nuclear test, Pakistan knew it could not afford to be left behind. It developed its nuclear weapons quickly and quietly, determined to match its neighbors' power. Today, Pakistan's nuclear arsenal is growing, and its strategy is deeply intertwined with its rivalry with India. Every weapon, every missile, feels like a reminder of the tensions between these two nations. The fear is not just about war, it's about how quickly things could spiral out of control in a region where both sides are armed to the teeth. And then there's North Korea, isolated, defiant, and unpredictable. North Korea's pursuit of nuclear weapons has made it a global outcast, yet it continues undeterred. For North Korea, nuclear weapons are not just about defense, they are a way to command attention, to demand respect on the world stage. Their missile tests send shockwaves across the globe, a constant reminder that they cannot be ignored. The world watches nervously, hoping that the rhetoric will never turn into action. But North Korea remains a wild card, one whose unpredictability is its greatest weapon. Finally, we reach Israel, the nation that neither confirms nor denies its nuclear arsenal. It's an open secret, a mystery they refuse to solve. Israel's policy of ambiguity is intentional. It keeps its enemies guessing, uncertain of just how powerful Israel might be. For Israel, in a region filled with conflict, nuclear weapons are the ultimate insurance policy. They ensure survival in a world where threats are constant and peace feels distant. The silence speaks louder than any declaration ever could. Nine nations, 9 nuclear arsenals, each holding the fate of the world in their hands. These weapons, built for destruction, now serve as both a shield and a curse. But how long can this balance last? How long can we live under the shadow of potential annihilation? We live in a fragile world, where diplomacy can break as easily as glass, yet we hold on to hope. Hope that these weapons will remain unused, that they will serve as reminders of the peace we must strive to maintain. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of nuclear power. If you found this exploration thought-provoking, be sure to subscribe to inspire the vision for more deep dives into the forces shaping our world. Until next time, stay inspired and keep envisioning a brighter future.